All right, so as you can see, this is our rewards wheel. It's gonna be fun. Spin it this upcoming weekend. But I wanted to real quickly go through the why behind it. Why are we doing a prize wheel? Um, First reason is this. I love and believe in positive reinforcement. And I think this is the foundation of that. I think it reflects the heart of God towards us. In Hebrews 11:6, there's a statement in there where it says that God's character is one who rewards those who earnestly seek after him. By faith, we seek after him and God and trust that God has great rewards for us. Now, it's always good to clarify what that means. It's evident that we don't seek God for rewards. We're not going to encourage kids to seek the rewards, but we realize that God is a source, and he is the source and the ultimate expression of every reward and good thing in this life. So how can we get a vision for God without seeing how he's behind and above all of the real big and small and everything in between desires that our heart has? I think a fun way to express this is that God is in our everything. That God is in the big things and the small things, in the things that we love and desire, and he is the thing behind all of those desires. So that's the first big reason, because it points us to God. The second reason is simple. It's because it's fun. I mean, I don't know too many people that would see a big prize wheel like this and look up at it and be like, that's lame. It exudes excitement, and I hope that one of our values, which is fun, comes out in this reality, that spinning a wheel, realizing that associating God with joy is a important thing that we want to do. All right, let's jump on to the next thing about how, the practical reality of this. So what this looks like for kids each weekend, that's what I want to discuss real quickly right now. The big thing with this rewards wheel is I want to use it as a means of grace. The very first spin is always going to be free. So that means that no work, no merit, a simple spin and receive is always going to be the first experience that kids have with this. Because that's how God treats us when we come to him. And since this weekend will be the first weekend that we release this, everyone will get a spin. But I will go into those details in regards to how that's going to work and what that's going to look like for this weekend in our next segment. All right? The third thing is that going forward, after their first spin, so after they've spun it for the first time and they've received their first reward, there will be a consistency after that where each spin will be a response to their walking and living in relationship to God. So we're going to bring back an element of the small group time called our action cards. Some of you guys might remember this from pre-COVID times. We have these action cards that have their memory verse, a Bible plan that they're doing that month, and then also on the back some information on how to follow up with what they learned from the lesson. And there's a what am I going to do and who am I going to tell? There's a place to write their name, the date, all that fun stuff. And this is a great opportunity to respond to the lesson that week. We're going to have a collective challenge each month, and they'll be able to write that on there. And when they bring these back to small group time, next week I will have some action card tokens for you guys to hand out and celebrate with the kids as they complete their action cards, which is that positive reinforcement thing. And then once they get their tokens, they can turn in their tokens to spin the wheel going forward. All right, that's the general idea. If you have any follow-up questions, please text me or save them for the Kids Huddle that you will be participating in either this weekend or in future weekends. All right, let's jump ahead to the next section, which is the weekend things. Pokemon, yeah! All right, so this is just a short video on how to lead through using the rewards wheel on a weekend during your small group time. So as you know, the why behind why we're doing it, we want to communicate that God is generous towards us, and that we just want to encourage them towards seeing that there's an element of joy that comes along with following after Jesus. And so those are going to be translated into the small group time. A big thing that you can do to really elevate that is encourage kids to maybe that be the first thing, or one of the first things you do each week is to ask them, hey, did anyone turn in their action cards this week? Which will be in their bags. They look something like this. It has a memory verse, Bible plan on the front, and on the back it's got their next steps, their name, and then the box that down there that says the parents checks the box and lets us know that they participated and they did that action card this week. If they have turned those in, then this is where you get a chance to really celebrate and be excited about them following Jesus, taking a next step, doing something actively to bring Jesus into their day-to-day life. And then what you'll do with that is you'll take their action card, and then in exchange, you'll give them one of our action card tokens. And so these will be in your leader bins. You'll give this to them, and they can use their token either in that moment. You can send them over outside in the check-in area. We'll have the wheel available and the prizes and everything like that. So that way they can participate in right away, or you can have them wait till after small group time. There's pros and cons to both. So I'll leave it up to you and how you want to go about doing that. But that's really one of the big things that I want you guys to think about is incorporating the follow-up from the previous week. And even if you didn't serve the previous week, there's still a great opportunity to ask that starting question. Did you do your action card? And if they didn't, then you can start that conversation on what action cards are and how they can use those to help them grow and connect with Jesus. And another thing that you can do is if they've never even heard of the prize wheel, if they've never spun it before, then you can encourage them after group time that everyone gets a free spin, one free spin. Their first spin is always free because we want them to know that God is a gracious God and he pours out his love towards us through that. So encourage them to follow up with that, come outside, spin the wheel real quick, and then come back to group. So that way they can participate in receiving that and seeing the value of that translate into their connection and their follow-up. It may be a little distracting, but it's going to be good in building that continuity going forward in helping them see that this is a fun thing and God wants us to grow and connect and be in relationship with him going forward. All right, so those are a couple of the ways that you can engage with the rewards wheel during small group time. There'll be probably some more stuff that will come up over the course of the months, but for now, that's it. And I hope you use that and you find that as a helpful resource for you as leading these small groups. All right, that's all.